Priyanka.
Hi, Nirusha.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi, how was your weekend?
It's good. How about you?
Mine also good.
Just to make sure, there was no any assignments, right?
Yeah, Gorak has not uploaded yet. So there is no assignment.
All right.
Okay, so anyone having an issue in the Microsoft team or portal, please let me know. Hello, Gaurav. Good morning.
Hi Nirsa. Hi everyone. Can you hear me, everybody?
Hi, Guru. Yeah,
Yes. Hi. Today I'm using cellular connection. I don't have Wi-Fi. So let me know if my voice breaks in between, if it is not clear. Okay,
It's
so
good
today,
so far.
yeah, thank you. So today we will see CSS things with React, as well as we will somehow introduce JavaScript as well. And we will see how we can structure our application, how we can actually write better CSS with React. The writing convention of CSS is slightly different. We'll see that one as well. And yeah, we will familiar with the assignment. Actually, I haven't activated the assignment for you. I thought that I need to somehow provide you some instruction before directly giving you that assignment. And we'll look at that one as well slightly at the end of this session. And yeah, I think we can cover only those things today. So we'll somehow introduce JavaScript as well. So today we are going to see HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, these things together. Okay, before starting this session, if you have some questions, then let's discuss first in a few minutes, and then we'll start this session. Okay, then. So I think some of us are joining still. Yeah, we are more than 30, I think, already. So yeah, let me start this session here. So today I only have a single screen, so I need to switch back and forth between here and here. So if you want to ask me something, directly unmute yourself and ask me a question. Otherwise, I may miss your chat section here sometimes. Okay. So we were working on this repository, which is in GitHub, right? So let me provide you some instruction how you can actually get my code easily from GitHub. Last time I showed you how you can download the repository from GitHub and start that project on your own PC, right? But today, let's see how you can actually directly get all the updated code from the GitHub. What I mean is, previously, what you were doing is downloading this repository from here, right? From here. So if I updated some of the code from here in every day, then to get that code, you need to download it once again if you follow that method. But it is really easy if you clone this repository with Git instead of downloading. Okay, let's see that method and then we are gonna start. So uh, I think most of you maybe who are coming from computer science background know how to clone this Git repository, right? How many of you can clone this repository yourself and start this project, guys? Can you do it? Can you quickly raise your hand, please, so that I can know how many of you can do it easily? Yeah. So how many of you can clone this GitHub repository on your device and start this project by installing the dependency? Yeah, please raise your hand, please, guys, if you can. Okay, all right. Thank you, guys. I think I need to provide you the instruction somehow many of you cannot do that in this step. Yeah, thank you, thank you, Peter, thank you, Sebastian. All right, so to clone this repository, I need to copy the URL, which is located here in this green code section, green button right here. Okay, just follow me from here. You need to follow me. Okay, everyone. So the first step is to get the URL. Which URL you want to clone? The URL is located here. Okay. Just click on this green code button and copy this one. Just click here, it will be copied. Now, what you need to do is you need to create a brand new empty folder. Okay, because we want to clone the repository, means we want to once again download this repository. So you need to uh, actually open empty folder.
Hi, Gaurav.
Yeah, yes, please.
Can you please repeat it? I missed it.
Okay, so what we are gonna do here is, last time we downloaded, right? Downloaded this project. We downloaded this project by clicking here and install the dependencies and started that project. Now we want to do the same thing, but not by downloading. We want to clone this project now. We want to clone it. Clone it means similar to downloading, but it will help us to synchronize the project in future. Okay, we haven't done many things today till now. Is it fine? So we want to clone this project. So for that, what you need to do is just go to this repository, what we were working on, where you are a collaborator, right? If you cannot access this repository, let me know, right, guys? Those who are only collaborators can access this repository right now. So let me know if you are still not able to access this repository somehow. Maybe Saka, I think. Let me know if you cannot access this repository.
Hi, Gurk. Seems like I do not have access to it.
Yeah, can you quickly send your GitHub username in the chat section?
Right.
Yes, please. Those who don't have access, then send me the username. I'll immediately add it there so that you can get the code. Okay. This is your username, right?
Yes, that is my username.
Okay. So please check your email and accept the invitation. Then you'll get the access.
Thank you.
It is not showing right here. Maybe in the next phase. Yeah. All right. So we are going into the in here, and now we want to copy this URL. To clone it, you will need to click here on this green code button and copy the URL. Now go to VS Code and open an empty folder. Okay, you can click in open folder, maybe in desktop somewhere. You can create your new folder, right? So new FDB for I have created this folder. Later I'll delete it because I want to work on the original one. Now I need to open it. This is now empty folder here. We want to open the terminal. In the terminal, what we will write is, we have already copied this one from here. We have already copied this URL. Now what we will do is, we'll write git clone. Okay, you need to write git space clone, and you need to paste the URL that you just copied from here. Okay, and then write dot at the end. Dot at the end means it will copy the files and folders directly into this empty folder. it will not create another folder in there. Okay, you need to write git space clone space the whole URL that you copied and then space dot. Is it fine? And then you'll need to hit enter. Is it fine, everybody? Any issue here until now?
Gora, can you add me as well?
Yeah.
Uh,
What
I've
can
sent
you
my
repeat it?
username on the chat.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. Do anybody have some issue here? Can you ask me, please?
I have some issue going.
Yeah. What is it?
It's showing error. Can I share my screen?
Yes, please. Priyanka.
And then it also says like there is no yarn, but it could not, like couldn't find the package JSON. I don't know what happened. It was working fine.
Yeah. Can somebody help her with her issue? Does somebody have some idea about her issue here?
She need to change her directory.
I think she just needs to run errand like the full errand. Oh, node modules is already there, so it should be
Yeah,
fine.
directory was correct. Actually, I'm asking you so that you can debug some issues here. Yeah. Yeah. Who, who said change directory? Can you help her, please?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, can you type in cd and create React app?
Sorry, do I
No,
just type
actually, like she
CD?
did. Actually, you did not put a space after dot git. That's the reason.
Okay, here.
Even it needs to be fdbiv dot git space dot. That will give you the current directory. That's the reason. When you clone, like git clone, and the URL after dot git, it should be a space like.
Git clone, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
then
and it
Now,
has
now
to be
it's
No,
a
no.
empty directory also.
It
okay.
was
That's
already cloned, I think.
yeah. So Priyanka, let me quickly help you. It is
Mhm.
fine. You missed one thing, but it's fine. Can you remove all the thing from your terminal,
Yeah,
please?
just
Just remove it.
open the new terminal.
You can delete. Otherwise, yeah, please open another terminal. See, it is fine as well. Yeah, what you need to do is just type ls here, ls. So yeah, just hit enter now. So each and every time when you are working, then you need to see if there is package.json or not to start this project. Okay,
Yeah.
this is really important. I told you previously as well.
Mhm.
Can you see package.json here?
No, it's not there.
So where is it located? Actually, inside which folder?
Inside create React app.
So you need to go inside that folder. You need to go inside create React app.
Do I
Can you
just see?
go inside that folder from terminal? Yeah. Okay. Now once again type ls.
Oh,
Now can you see package.json there?
yes. Thank you. I think I
Yeah.
missed that.
Now you can install and start the project.
Git clone.
Now you don't need to do git clone now. I
Oh,
think it is already cloned, right? Did you clone it already?
I don't think so. It just gave me errors. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
for
Yeah,
that case,
that
you
was
need
the
to
reason I
open.
was telling like she needs to create an empty directory first and then do a git clone because she was trying to do on the other folder which already had files and folder there. So she needs to create a new empty directory outside of this create React app directory and then do a clone. That will work.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
create a new
So
folder.
you haven't created an empty folder initially, right?
I did. here.
Yeah, but you have to go inside that directory. You have to change directory to that folder and then to the, yeah, then go to that folder first.
Okay.
or open that folder. Where is it? Okay.
And now it should work if you clone it.
Maybe you have created a folder with some space. Maybe the React
Yes.
installation may not work
Right.
with
Okay.
with such.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll figure out.
Okay. Okay. Great. And Pratik, I think, do you want to ask me something here?
Hi Gaurav.
Hi.
Can you explain about debug? What is debug?
Debug.
Mm.
Uh, can you repeat once again? What is that debug thing?
Yes.
What do you mean by debug?
Yeah.
No, no. I mean, what do you want to ask me about debug?
So,
I didn't
like
get it.
you just used the word debug before. So what is debug?
Okay. Maybe I I didn't remember. I don't
Yeah, I
remember
think you
myself.
said. Somebody help her debug that issue. So probably
Oh,
she's
okay.
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
asking
yes,
that.
yes.
Oh,
Okay,
that is
okay.
just troubleshooting the issue. That's what he was referring to.
Yeah. Yes.
Troubleshooting that Git clone issue for Priyanka.
Yeah. Debug means actually solving your issues. Yeah. In this software development field, we use this term debug most of the time to solve your issues. Okay.
Okay, got it.
So
Hello, Gaurav.
I,
Gaurav.
I, I
Actually I'm not able to send message in group. So can you please send me the URL? I did like try to ping you in your ID.
okay. Where should I send you the URL then?
Actually in your ID. I think I just like texted you.
In Microsoft Team.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I think I need to disable this one first. Okay. I need to add it to GitHub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I add you. Please check your email. Okay. Okay, guys. So just follow me from here. I cloned the repository until now. So after cloning the repository, what should I do? Can somebody help me here?
Can you please
Should I
show
do?
me one more time how to do that?
So you need to first copy this FDB4. Are you opening it on your browser?
Yes.
So you need to click here on the code section. Okay, and you need to click here
I did
to
that.
copy it. You did it, right?
Mhm.
And now you need to go to VS Code and open some empty folder. Create it
Yeah,
if
I
it is
did.
not there. Just go to your terminal and type git space clone space and paste whatever you copied previously.
Yes, I
Whatever the
did that. I
URL.
did that, but it says error.
And after it, you need to press a space and write dot. It says error, right?
Maybe I didn't do space. I'll try. Okay, thank you.
Just write a space and then dot. This is a full stop. Whatever you say, you need to type it. You need to write it. Otherwise, it will create another folder in there.
Gaurav Pratik is also having a problem.
Yeah.
What is
He
So
that?
you
also
need.
Return.
need the code.
It says requested URL return error 400.
Yeah. Somebody is asking me something. I didn't get you. Can you repeat again, please?
The requested URL return error 400. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
says.
yeah. Please, can you share your screen if possible? Otherwise, I am not able to assist you. Okay. If you have sent me some message here, I'll see here as well, guys.
I was trying to okay on this here. So can you see my screen?
Until now, I'm not seeing your screen.
Can you see?
No. Maybe it is not shared properly, I think. Yeah, so can you tell me a little bit? Maybe I'll try to help you without your screen.
Let me try.
After typing it on your terminal, what happens after typing this command?
Yeah, after I type, it says cloning into, and then it says
Okay.
unable to access that URL, and the requested
Oh,
URL
it
return
means
error.
you are not able to access this repository. You don't have access. So did you send me your GitHub username previously?
I
And
did.
are you?
I did.
So what is your username? Can you tell me, please?
DAYADAS. Let me see.
Okay. I think I got it somewhere.
I think you
This
added,
one,
and I
right?
accept that thing.
This one, right? Are you seeing my screen?
Okay.
Is it this username?
Yeah.
DACHADRY.
Yeah.
Okay. Then maybe your GitHub is different, or otherwise you need to have access to this repository. It means you don't have access to. Otherwise, how can you copy it, right? If you don't have access.
Yeah, I just copy too.
So.
Oh, yeah. So what is there in at the end of your URL? Is it like git one something or git only? What is it there? Because I also had the same problem and mine was coming git one, so I deleted that one and then space dot.
Oh, maybe there is a git, and then there's kind of what the
Yeah,
sign.
so you need to delete that, and it has to be only git, and you just do the space and do the dot.
Okay. Thank you. Let
Oh,
me try
okay.
that one.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for helping. Okay, then shall I continue?
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Do you have some issue?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Gorak, I have a little bit issue here.
Yes, please.
I copied the link, and then I make a new folder on BIOS code, right? And then I create a terminal on that code, and then I paste that link on terminal. Do I do that?
Yeah, you need to type git clone first, git space clone, and then only paste that code, paste that URL in the terminal.
If you don't mind, can I share my screen for 1 second?
Yes, please.
So when I create a new file, do I just do here or anywhere? New folder.
No, not here. Somewhere outside this directory.
Okay, outside the directory.
Means somewhere you don't need to create here. You don't have to create here because actually, yeah. Can you hold me here? Let me see. You have FDB4 master. Yeah, it is better to create outside. Yeah. You can create there as well, but it is better to create outside.
Okay. Can we create from terminal or do I have to?
Yeah, you can create directory from terminal as well, but it will be easier for you to create just a folder somewhere, right? In your PC.
Yeah.
Just go to desktop somewhere and create a folder. It is really easy, right?
I think you cook up. In back in the home, you was a cook. Oh. And you stay in that hostel in while you are reading, or you stay in the room? Hostel. Hostel. Yeah, in India, most of the people stay in hostel.
Yeah, guys, someone needs to mute, I think.
Okay. I had just moved to Garup.
Yeah, thank you, Nirsa.
Hi, excuse me, Gorak.
Hi.
Yeah, can you please add me on the GitHub?
Yeah, please send me your
My
username.
yeah, my username is 001 Raju RAJU.
Okay, just a second. 001
Raju RAJU.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you say git clone? Git space clone?
Yeah, you created empty folder. Yes, git space clone. Git space clone. CLONE.
Oh, my bad.
CLONE. Yeah. No. Just hold there. Git space clone and then only paste that URL.
Oh, okay.
And space, paste it, and space once again. Once again, give it a space and type dot at the end.
Dot what?
Dot means full stop. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Yeah, you can now hit enter. It will clone this to your new folder.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Now I'm going here. So after cloning this project, what should I do, guys? Here. After cloning this project,
Go to create React app.
yeah, I need to go inside create React app by typing cd, that is change directory. Here, if I type ls, then I can see package.json. Now what should I need to do here? Inside create React app.
Node module. Just
Yeah,
run yarn.
Yeah, I need to get this node underscore modules here. So I can get those things by just typing yarn and pressing enter. Just yarn, okay? You need to type yarn and press enter. Okay, now the dependencies are installed, means I have this node underscore modules here. Now, how can I start this React project? Yarn start. Yeah, I can write yarn start in the terminal, and then this will be opened here on my browser. Right here, okay. So we were here last time, right? Okay. Now, what we can do is, if I change some code in GitHub, if I change some code here and push to this repository. So can somebody help me here? We want to do together. So you will write something and post it to GitHub and I will get your code. So who wants to collaborate with me here, guys? Who wants to do it together with me? Yeah, guys, you can raise your hand
I can
or
do it.
yes, please, please. So who is this? Can you name your name, please?
Sachin, is it me?
Oh, okay, Sachin. Sachin, what you need to do is just go inside app.js and yeah, you can create another something here. Just remove it and create something like div or some paragraph there. Okay, you can write anything. And then finally you need to post
I'm
it to
sharing my
GitHub.
screen.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I think I already changed from last time.
Okay. Before posting it to GitHub, please show the final output as well.
Okay, so git status. These are the
No.
files that were modified.
Okay, great.
Just delete it. Hit add. Okay.
Yeah.
So push it.
Before posting it, can you show us the output? What did you change?
I made some changes here from. So this we did some work, right? So based on that.
Okay.
You mean do the diff?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You can push it for now. Later we'll see other things as well.
Yeah.
Let's not explore
Hey
those
Gorakh,
things.
I have pushed a file as well, one, if you want to check.
Okay, then I think Sachin needs to clone it first, get it first. So guys, don't push it while somebody is pushing it here to that particular repository.
Right.
Otherwise, he will get such kind of warning on the terminal. It says fail to push, right? So Sachin, you
Yeah.
need to get that code. Who pushed it?
I pushed it.
Okay. Yeah, you need to pull it. Yes, Sachin, you need to pull it to your.
Oh, there's conflict.
Yeah, this is the conflict, right? So now we need to
Okay.
manually resolve this conflict because you and he is working on the same line, maybe. That's
No,
why it is.
I just uploaded a different file, just a test txt file. I did not touch any of the code.
Okay, no worries. So at this moment, we need to we will explore those things somehow later because it will create a lot of confusions to other who are beginners to these things like git mods, conflict. What are these things? How can we merge it easily? So we don't want to work on those things right now. But Sachin, if you can, then you can resolve it. So otherwise, I will get that other file. Who posted it previously? I'll get your file on my email. Yes.
I pushed it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get that code. Sachin, I'm sharing my screen right now. Okay. You
Okay,
can
sure.
work
Yeah,
on.
I will work on that.
Okay. So let me go to this repository here. I'll see. And guys, do not directly post it on the master branch. I think. Yeah, you directly post it on the master branch. So we later will not do that. We'll create some separate branch and post it there. Master branch is our main branch. We will not actually directly modify their branch. So right now, yeah, you can see here. Yeah, he posted this commit here, and until here I was working, but now what is your name? Sedhaink?
Kabin. Kabin.
Kavin. Okay, so Kavin and I am working together here, so we both are collaborator. And now if you go to this repository here, you'll see somewhere here, maybe not listing, right? Maybe it will say collaborators, and such Kavin and I, you can see both of us are working together here. So now he created another commit here, added a test file, and let me see what he created here. You can directly click here to see the difference. Okay, he created an empty file that is test.txt, and this is the content. Okay, let me get his file or whatever he uploaded or whatever he did. Let me get it on my VS Code as well, because he created text test.txt in create react app, right? Inside create react app, I think. Is it correct?
Yes. Yes.
Let me once again verify that one. Inside create react app, there is a test.txt. Okay, but I don't have that one. If I go to VS Code, I don't have that test.txt right here. So I need to first get that file. For that purpose, what I need to do is first I need to type git status. It says it is up to date, but it is not up to date, right? It is not up to date because you can see that here he has created this file. So for that reason, for that purpose, what you need to do is we need to first type git fetch to fetch the information from the remote repository. Okay, we need to only type git fetch, not all the other command you are seeing. These are only the preview command. Okay, I'm working on the other project, so you need to only type git space fetch here. Now let me hit enter. It is git space fetch means it is now getting the information. If something is changed in the remote repository, it will get that information to my VS Code. All right, to my working project. Now let me once again type git status here. Now it says your branch is behind by one commit. Now I am behind, right? And Kavin is forward. He is one commit forward than my branch. Means he has created this one commit because I don't have it. That's why I am behind him. So I need to get that file as well. Now to get something which is there in GitHub already, but not in our local repository, what we will do is we'll type git space pull. We'll type this command. And now I will get that file. Can you see? I have this test.txt now in my project. Okay. So now once again, I will type git fetch. If somebody else also post something, then I'll get that information. Now I'll type git status here. Now there is nothing which is changed on the remote branch. That's why my local branch and this remote branch means remote code, which is there in GitHub. Now this is same. That's why I cannot change this. Does it make any sense later while you are working? Yeah, actually, while you are working, you only will not be working on this repository, which is uploaded in GitHub. You together with many developers are working in the same repository. So then one other developer may have pushed some commits in GitHub, right? And you need to get that commit to your working repository, to your working environment here as well. At that time, you'll do git fetch and git status and git pull. You will use this command. Okay? Does it make sense, guys? Is it fine?
Yes, but there is a one error on my PC. Can you help me sort it out?
Yeah, sure.
Join from this computer. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I will share my screen. Um, this was the error I got.
Okay, now the Git repository. Okay, so did you download it or cloned it?
I cloned it.
Okay, and you are inside clone Git. It says it is not a Git repository. If you have cloned it, then it should be a Git repository. So
Can
can
you
you type?
hit up arrow and then see like where did you clone it? Just hit up arrow on the terminal, so you'll go to the previous commands.
That's on this one.
No, on the terminal that you were showing earlier, like just hit up arrow and then you'll see all the history. Like just keep going up. Yeah. So did you use the other terminal to clone it or this terminal?
I think I used the other terminal to clone it.
Then you have to check the other one. Probably you already started errand, so it will be hard to see like what you did.
Okay, then I'll try like the whole like thing, and then later I will
Yep.
ask if I have
Probably you cloned in some other directory or something, like it is saying like because if you clone anything, like it should have hidden directory .get in that particular folder.
Yeah, I did open a new folder and like did everything, and then now I'll again redo it, and then I'll contact you guys later if I again have error.
Yeah, yes, just try it once. Try it once.
Okay.
Clone it once. I'm just creating empty folder. Maybe it will solve your issue. Okay.
Hello, Guru.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, with this, please. Okay. Cannot see you.
Right now.
Yeah, please.
Maybe can go.
Are you saying I'm here?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Should I do now?
Yeah, what is your question, please?
Thing is that is nothing to commit working tree clean. What should I do when I hit the git status over?
Yeah, you typed git fetch there, right? As well.
Yeah.
Can you type git status once again in the terminal?
Me?
No, it's Mrenal, I think.
Okay.
Your branch is up to date.
Yeah, and what is your question actually? I didn't get you. I think you have already received test.txt, right?
Yeah. The thing is that
And you and the remote branch are now synchronized because the remote branch don't have any change, so you can't get anything from remote.
Where should I need to change over here, and how can I change this?
Yeah, you can easily change it, but let me yeah, I will change something later, okay, later, and then do the same thing. What you need to do is type git fetch and then type git pull, and you'll get whatever I push to GitHub, okay, at that time. But you will not get anything because currently you and git remote branch is synchronized. Currently you are good to go. It's fine currently.
Okay. What is the difference between git fetch and git pull?
Git fetch means just getting the information, not actually getting the code.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I install Yarn now.
Yeah. Ashish, are you
Yes.
asking something?
Yes. So I install the Yarn now, right?
After you clone it, you need to go to create React app, right?
Yeah, I just came to the create React app right now. If you could see
Yeah. Just hit enter. Just hit yarn and type yarn and hit enter. It will install the dependencies.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So at this moment, I am also changing something um, in my repo here, this repo. So and try to get this on your own PC. Okay. So I'm deleting everything from here. So I'm typing h1 and h1, or let me go and write div once again in there. I'm going to remove this div from here, and I'm writing CSS box model, something like this. I'm saving it, and you can see CSS box model here. And right here, I'm going to delete everything for now in the terminal. So I'm going to push this thing in GitHub, okay, and try to get this in your VS Code as well. So what I will do is I'll send it to GitHub. Okay, now just go to GitHub. Maybe you will see one more commit there, right? There is one more here, CSS box model start. Now what you'll need to do is go to your VS Code, and I think you shouldn't have created any changes here to get this code from GitHub. So what you need to do is type git page in your terminal. If there are some changes in the source control, it will not get, it will ask you to first commit it, I think. Git fetch and type git pull. And otherwise, first type git status. And you'll see your branch is behind. I'm not seeing it because I'm working on it, right? But you will see your branch is behind. And then what you need to do is type git pull at this moment. And you'll get the code, what I sent to you in GitHub. You'll get this code.
So Gorak. Hello?
Yeah, Priyanka, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. So before even typing git pull, I just typed git fetch, and then everything already changed on my app.js and app.cs. Is that okay?
What you are asking is you have already changed something in app.js, right? App.js.
No, I didn't. I didn't know we had to follow you. I just did git status, git fetch, and git pull.
Oh yeah, and did you get this code? This
Yeah,
CSS
yeah,
model?
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's fine. That's fine.
it just got automatically. So is it okay, or did I have
It,
to do it myself?
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
That is what you need to do.
Gorak, can you help me? My yarn is stop.
Okay. Your yarn stops in between.
I'll share my screen once again. So, what do I do now?
I think I cannot see your screen. Are you sharing it?
Yeah. Stream happens stream.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm getting it.
So, what's the next thing I should do?
You installed, right? You need to start it now. You need to start your project.
Okay.
Okay, great. And you can open another terminal as well. It keeps on starting at the same time as well. Yeah, click on that plus sign after node create react app on the right. Yeah, here is another terminal. Now you can work on it as well. Your project is starting on another terminal.
Okay,
So okay, yeah. Now you need to type git fetch there.
Fetch?
Yeah, fetch, FETCH. Hit enter now. And type git status. Git space status. Now it says your branch is behind, right? Your branch is behind means you don't have the code that I pushed on GitHub. Now you want to get that code, right? From GitHub.
Yes.
So you will need to type git space pull. Now this code is changed in apps.js, and this is the code that I wrote right
Yes.
recently. Okay, this is how you will get my code whenever I post this in GitHub. Okay, yeah, that's all. So somebody asked me if we run git pull directly without git fetch, it will work, but just to make sure, if there are some changes or not in the remote branch, we'll need to type git fetch and git status. Okay, we don't want to directly get the code. First, we want to see what are the things that are changed. First, we want to get the information, then we'll actually hit git pull. Otherwise, git pull will also work. Okay, you don't have to type git fetch there.
I have a question, Gaurav. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I did the git fetch, git status, and then it showed the commits that weren't up to date, and I hit git pull, but it's still not showing the txt file, the text file. Can I share my screen? Second. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So I did the git stat. So I did git status. I had 2 commits.
Okay.
I did git pull, and then I'm still not seeing the txt file on the left side.
Can you do it once again, please, so that we can see?
Okay.
I can see.
So git fetch.
Yeah.
Status. And
Okay.
then git, yeah.
What happened here is I told you that you shouldn't have any changes. Can you see on the left in your branch it says 1. It says
Oh,
1, right?
okay.
Yeah. You need to first commit it. Otherwise you will not get the code.
Yes.
Okay, it is better to do these things from terminal instead of using that commit
Oh, okay.
in.
Just hit git commit and then -m, right? And then just change the in quotes.
Yes, first you need to add from on stage to the staged section by writing git add command and then git commit.
Okay. Should I do it here or is it doing it here already?
Can you type git status once again there? Git
Yes.
status. Okay, changes to be committed. Okay, yeah, you can now use git pull command. Yeah.
Git pull. That's it, right? Nothing else?
Yes, that's it. It says aborting, right? Yeah, you have some words conflict, I think. That's why I told you that you shouldn't have any changes in your. Okay, so can you go to that source control? In your source control, you shouldn't have any changes. Just go to source control once again, right there. Yeah, it's actually loading that screen. I don't know what is happening. Is it committing or not? So we have some other command that we can type, but it is not actually. Yeah.
Should I
What
just
you can
wait for it to load?
yeah, you can reload if there is a reload extension in your VS Code.
Okay, I'll stop presenting and just wait for it to finish.
Yeah, just try it.
Okay.
So what happens is if you have some changes on the source control, then you cannot pull. Okay, that is
Oh, okay. Because I think
that is
when
the
you deleted the div comments, I deleted it as well, and then that's what it's seeing as changed.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
at that time, what you can do is you can work on this. That's why we will later work on the separate branch so that we don't have any changes there. We'll do that later. For
Okay.
now, the condition is you shouldn't have any changes on the branch.
Okay.
On the source control. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Git is itself a complex topic to understand. That's why there are a lot of things like git conflict, git rebase, merge conflict. Uh, yeah. Later we will try to explore those things, but do not panic right now. That's why it is better to follow my instructions. So just try to do it. Try not to create any changes. If you have some changes, then it will actually have some git conflict. Okay. So yeah, that is what you need to do for now. For now, it is the condition. Later, we will try to solve that issue as well. If you have some changes, then what should you do? How can you resolve that git conflict? We'll see that topic somehow later. Okay, let's get back to our project. We are doing here. Okay, we want to see some CSS here. We have already connected this app.js with app.css, right? With this command, with this import syntax. Can somebody tell me how can we do it in HTML? How can we connect our index.html with index.css without this React?
By writing, by linking.
Yeah, by writing that
Write the
link.
link in HTML.
Correct, yeah. So
Stacks. Acharya, the styles, CSS, and things like that.
So I'm going in Replit for a moment. You don't have to do it. I just want to show you something. So if you have, let me delete this script for now, or I don't have anything in script, right? In the HTML, we want to link this. This is the CSS style.css, and this is the HTML. If you want to link your HTML with CSS, you want to write link tab. You need to write link tab, link tag. But here in React, we will write import instead of link. Okay. We are importing the CSS into our React JavaScript file. Because previously what we were doing here is, or what we are seeing here is, we are linking our CSS to HTML. That's why we use the link tag. But now here, we are linking the CSS to JavaScript. That's why we are using this import syntax. All right?
Can you
Is
show
it
the previous file again?
this one? This one?
Yes, thank you.
So here is the basic HTML. Like you can generate a boilerplate by just writing this exclamation and hit tab. It will create you a basic boilerplate, HTML boilerplate. Now, how we can link this. Currently, the CSS will not work here. For example, if I have a div here and a div here and just type hello, it will print hello there. But if I now write a CSS for this div, like background color is let's say red. Now it will not create that background color red because we haven't linked this to index.html. For that case, what you need to do is type link tag here, link, right? So link. So with this link tag, what we will need to write? With this link tag, you can search for the link HTML tag and you'll get what you need to do there. This is the tag you need to use, right? Let me copy it and paste it here. This is the link. With the link tag, you need to use this rel attribute. Rel attribute means saying that it is a CSS file by just writing this style sheet. And the href attribute. By writing this href attribute, you will need to specify which file you want to link, which CSS file you want to link. We want to link the style.css. Now the background color will be like red there. Okay, yeah. So background color is entirely red, I think. Isn't it? Only for the div. And open it in another terminal. So yeah, now we can see background color red and hello here. Yeah. So what I want to say is we will use import syntax. Okay. Previously in with only CS, with only HTML, we need to do it with link tag, but we'll not use this in React. Okay, this is a tag. This whatever
What can
inside
we
this
use
tag.
with React?
So the concept is slightly different here. The link tag is meant to be used in HTML, right? .html file, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But this is not a HTML file, right? This is a JavaScript, right?
JavaScript file. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we'll not use it.
Okay. Okay.
And we cannot use it as well.
We
Yeah.
cannot use it. Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to do it in HTML here, you can. But I told you that we will most of the time not edit this file. Actually, we can edit. We can edit sometimes in the real project we need to edit or add something there, but most of the time we'll not do that. We'll do that here. Okay. And yeah, so let's do. We have already connected. Let's see. This is a div tag. So in HTML here in actually in CSS, let's say in CSS, we have a concept of CSS box model. But before going into that concept, we have something called inline and the block level element. So can somebody tell me what is a block level element and what is an inline element in HTML or CSS? Do you have some idea, guys?
Block means it covers the whole page. Inline means it's only on the text level.
Inline just covers line. Line.
Okay.
Like the span and div.
Okay.
Div is a block and span is a thing.
Block covers the whole page. Or
Whole
the
page means from top to bottom?
not top to bottom, side to side.
Means it will cover the whole width, right?
The whole width, yeah.
That's right. That's correct. And inline element will not cover the whole width. It will only cover the width of its content, right?
Content, yeah, the text.
Yeah. So you can see it. This is a block level element, somebody said. You can verify it. You can create some styling with this block, right? With this div. How we can do it? We can go to app. It is already linked. This is the CSS for this JavaScript. Now we can go here and just type div and give it a background color, and we'll see what is the width covered by this one. Okay, let me give it a background color, something, this aquamarine, and let me save it. Now this is the width. Can you see? This is the width covered. Maybe this is slightly a lighter color. Let me write red here, and this is the width. Let me write color. Color is white. This is a text color actually. Now you can see the width is covered from left to right. This is the entire width. But if you have some element other than div, which is inline element, that is, let's say span. Now I am inline element, and if I save it now what is happening here? Covering the color is applied for this span as well. Is something wrong?
It inherited from the div, I think.
So let's see if we can try for this span as well. And color is green. Okay. Maybe the above is the part of the div, but it shouldn't act in this way, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see which one is actually having this background color. And this is the div. This is the app. And yeah, what happens? Can you see, guys? Here. We also have a div in our index.html, isn't it? And wherever
Yeah.
we have div, it is applied. And this is actually a problem in React. That's why I told you previously that we will use CSS slightly in a different way in React. And can you see the problem? What is the problem here? The problem is the CSS, although we are using the CSS right here for app.js, it is a global CSS and will be used entirely everywhere. Means it will be used for this div as well. So it doesn't make any sense of importing this here within this file, right? If it is a global one. That's why later we'll see a slightly different concept of using CSS. But we can actually truncate it within this div as well. Means only use that CSS within this div, for this div only, for this line number 7 div. For that case, what should we need to do, guys?
Specify a class.
Yeah, that's correct. Specify a class. If you want to select a particular div, then you need to specify a class. That is an important point. Or
make it
ID.
a child.
Or
Div
make it a
child.
child.
There's a div inside
Okay.
a div, right? I don't know if it makes sense.
Div inside of div. So what can we do here, right? A div
Div
inside of.
less than and div again.
Oh, okay. Let's not do that right now. It will create some confusion as well. We'll talk about it somehow later. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to explore.
Yeah. Just try to do that and let's see if that works. So okay. For that case, if you want to specify it properly, most of the time it is better to use class instead of using what you told earlier. We'll talk about it, something called combinators later. Okay. But for now, it is better to use class here. And I told you earlier, you will need to write class name instead of class in React. So this is a box class. And now what we can do is go to CSS and write class name. And to write a class name, first we need to write a dot and then write a class name box. And now only the first div is, the background color of the first div is red now. Okay, let's create a.
What if you used ID instead of class name? Would that do the same thing?
It will do the same thing. If you use ID here, and now you need to use ID here, right, as well, right? Can I use, what should I change here on line number 1?
A hash. Oh, like
Sign
the hash
instead of
key.
dots, dot sign. Yeah, that's fine. For ID, we'll use hash.
Oh.
And that's the same thing. That's the same thing. But if you are not sure that this is a unique element, you need to use ID, then most of the time for general case, we'll use class. Okay. If you want to create a unique element in your page, then we'll use ID. Otherwise, most of the time, if you are not sure you want to create a unique or not, then most of the time you'll see later, we'll use class instead of ID in the real project. Okay. All right. So here you can see we have a block element. So this is a block element. This is a block element. This line number 7 div is a block level element because the width is entirely covered. Is it actually entirely covered? We have some space between from left in the left side and on the right side as well, right? We have some white space here.
Some margin.
Some margin, something like that. Yeah. We'll try to fix that one as well, but you can say currently it is covering the entire width. All right, so it means, but it is not covering. It means the div is a block level element, and this span is a inline element. You can see here block level element in HTML, and you'll get the list of block level elements. Yeah, let's see here in HTML elements, block and the inline elements. Let's see, and you can see these are the block level elements. These are the block level elements. And we use div right now. This is a block level element, but most popular ones are the section one. This is a block level elements. And the paragraph one, this is also a block level element. The navigation for nav, this is also a block level element. Main is also a block level element. Most of the element in HTML are block level elements actually. But if you see for inline element, like span is an inline element, we used it, right? A tag is inline element actually. Later we'll use button as well. This is also inline element. Button is also inline element. Okay, if you will sometimes use text area, this is also inline element. And the most important one is img for images. This is also inline element, not a block. Okay, and label here as well. This is also inline element. These are some important inline elements as well. Is it fine, guys? Any questions?
Hey, Gorak, I have one question.
Please.
You know how you said when you don't make any changes, so how do you change that on commit section, like from your what is it called, the source control? How do you get that out?
Yeah. So let me help you try quickly here. Okay. For example, I have some changes here, right?
Yeah.
So you can right click here and discard all changes if you want to remove everything and get my code. Okay, this is what you can do currently. But it will delete everything you did. This is a warning, okay? It will delete everything you did there. And there is something which is a better command. Instead of doing this and discarding all of your changes, you can use git stash. I told you that's why git is a complex topic, right? And git is not also a part of React. So we can
Yeah,
use
you got
git
cut
stash
off in the
command.
middle.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Instead of actually right clicking and clicking on discard all changes,
Mhm.
you can use alternative command, which is better command actually. That is a git stash command. Okay. So previously I haven't explored that command because there are a lot of things in git, but you can use it if you want right now. What you can do is, let me go here.
Yeah.
What you can do is directly write git stash. Let me try to do it here. Okay. Let me try to do it here. Git stash. You can save it by writing some name, but you can only write git stash, and I'm hitting enter here. Okay, let's see what happens. I have two changes here, inside changes, and let me hit enter. And can you see what happens here?
Yeah, it went away.
It went away, but it is preserved here in my local PC. It is preserved. So what I can do is git stash and list. Now I'll see the saved commits here. Actually, they are not commits. Saved changes here. They are saved internally. This is a CSX box model. So this is saved in stash 0. So what I can do is later, if I want to get that one, whatever I did, I can write git stash off and stash 0. This is the command. That's why I don't want to go in such complex things. But this is what you can also do. If you want to save it temporarily somewhere in your local PC and get it, if you want to get that later, then you can do these things. And now we have that changes here.
Yeah,
We
well,
got it.
so I tried the git stash comment, right? And I could not get that. Like how your stuff just goes away. Mine is still there.
Yeah. For that case, later we'll explore git stash. For now, you can try doing git stash learning somewhere. Otherwise, just discard these things from here. Discard your changes.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I recommend because I don't want to go so that other uh, who are beginners in this field will feel this topic slightly complex.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Correct. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I did the git commit, and then when I went to do git pull, it's saying you have one and two different commits. Um, what is it in different branches? I don't know how to resolve that issue. Can I share my screen? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So I did the git commit, and then when I went to do git fetch and all that, when I did git pull, it gave me this.
Okay. Yeah, you committed already, right?
Yeah, but I still don't have the txt file here.
You will still have it. Okay, all right. So
Uh,
just try to.
yeah, I have a question. So when we created the new folder, should that new folder be in our repository on GitHub
Um,
or no?
why do you want to create that new folder?
No, no, I mean, no, I don't want to create a new folder. I'm saying when we created a new folder at the beginning, should that new folder be in our GitHub repositories?
No, no, no.
Okay.
It will be created automatically.
It will do it automatically?
Yes, if somebody created that, right? That folder is
Mhm.
in GitHub, right? And you want to get that folder, it will be created on your PC automatically. You don't
Okay.
have to do it. Okay. So
Because
just
I
try
didn't
one.
because I didn't see it because I didn't see it when I went to GitHub.
Oh, which one? Which folder?
Like the new on GitHub. Uh, where is it? I only have these two. I don't have the new one that we just created for this class.
Because that's a different repository. You have not pushed that repository
Oh,
into
okay.
using your user ID. You just
But
clone the
we didn't
repository.
need to push it though.
Yeah, you don't need to push it. Like we are
Okay.
just pulling the one that Gorak updated, right? So for it to work, like you just have to push that to your remote repository. Then you'll see the same folder that you have in your machine because you have not
Okay.
done that.
Okay. Yeah, I just couldn't get the git pull to work. I was just
Yeah, because
trying to
that's a
fix
two
that.
different thing. The one you pull is a different repository from GitHub, and the one you are working and trying to publish is it
Okay.
should be a different repository.
Oh, okay. So I should push this one onto the GitHub first and then do the.
Yeah, if you are trying to see this particular folder that you are planning to see in GitHub, like you need to uh, push it.
Okay.
But if you are trying to see the changes that he's making, then you have to pull the changes from his repository.
Yeah, that's what I tried and it wouldn't. I did git pull, and then it
Yeah, I
didn't.
think you already messed up real bad. So probably the good idea is just delete that directory and do git clone at the end of the lecture. So you'll have
Oh,
everything.
okay. Just redo it.
Yeah, just create another empty folder and just
Okay.
clone on that folder. You should get all the changes that he makes by the end of the class.
Okay, I'll do that. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, and Alan, can let me recommend one more thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you clone it from my repository already? Clone this one? Did you use?
Yeah. In the beginning, I cloned it from the repository, like how you showed us.
Okay, just try writing some command in the terminal. Can you write git pull, git space pull, and don't hit enter there. Git space
Okay.
pull
Uh-huh.
and space, one more time space, and double hyphen, double hyphen.
Two spaces and then double hyphen.
No, no, one space and double hyphen.
Uh-huh.
And force, force, force. We are forcefully pulling it. Let's see. And hit enter. Okay. And
I'll just redo it at the end of class.
yeah, just try to do it. Or
Yeah.
let me know if you have some issue. Maybe we can sit and fix it.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So we are now not talking about GitHub. Git and GitHub are there to help us to collaborate together easily to store our code, to store our history, so that we can see it later, easily understand it later. But our main goal is to learn React. So with React, we want to learn CSS first, how we can use CSS, right? And with CSS, actually, there is a problem. We already saw that one. There is a global collision. There is a global collision because it is colliding between this div here and the another div here already. I use the CSS for this div, and I saw that CMCSS is used for this div as well, then that is a conflict, that is a collision actually, and that is a problem. So we need to use CSS in some better way, not in this way. And we'll see that one somehow later, but we are still doing the same way currently. And we are seeing the difference between different elements in HTML, like a block element and the inline element. These are the most important one. And later we'll also see inline block, something like that as well. And let's see here. We have the output right here. Maybe this is, okay, let me see where it gone. Okay, this is here, right here. Okay, let me put it here. Okay, so now we want to see something with CSS box model. You can already see if you right click here on your browser, if you just right click, okay, if you just right click here and click on the inspect, and this is an inspector, okay, we'll use most of the time. If you are a beginner, then you may not know it. This is this arrow sign here, you can see on the left side, this is inspector. You can click here to inspect your elements. Top div, this is the div, right, associated with this background color. So on the right, if you carefully see here, let me make it slightly bigger for you. And on the right, we have the corresponding CSS for this div block. Can you see it, guys? On the right, for this div block, this is this div block, right? And this is span. We have one span and the one div. That is what we are seeing here. One span and the one div, right? Is it correct? And I selected the first div, and for that first div, we have the corresponding CSS on the right. Am I correct? And where is this CSS coming from? This CSS is coming from the CSS we have written here. This one. Okay. And we can actually uh, test it with our browser as well. We can disable this CSS for a moment, right? Background color red, it is gone. Now background color red, color white. Yeah, we can add the CSS on the real time as well. For example, let me add something here. Okay, I'm going to add something called padding. Padding, and I will add 20 pixel. And what happens here? You see, after I added this property, padding 20 pixel, what happened?
The area got larger.
Area got larger. On the specific side or in all four sides?
All four sides or
All four
vertically?
sides.
Yeah, on the left as well, it added some space, right? On the top as well, it added some space. On the right, as we cannot see, but it added some space there. On the bottom as well, it added some space. And such kind of spaces are called padding. We can add that space on the particular side as well. For example, we can add that space on the top as well. Only on the top. Now the space is only on the top. Right? Yeah, that is the padding top property. We can add that space only on the bottom as well by using padding bottom property. Now the space is only on the bottom. Or we can use the shorthand syntax, like this is for adding that space around that four corner, right? We can see now that space is added around these four corners. You can see there that grays like color, yellow grays, right? But if I now increase and once again write 20 pixel, now what happens here? 20 pixel and 20 pixel. Let's see. Once again, it added around all four sides, is it? top as well, left as well, right as well, bottom as well. It shouldn't be acting in that manner. Let me add 0 here. Now what happens? Top and bottom are 20 pixel and left and right are 0. Okay, it means we can use this shorthand syntax. 0 here and 20 here means now left and right are 20 pixel and top and bottom is a 0. 0 space. Pixel means you have each and every screen point is represented by a pixel. Higher the pixel, the more clarity there you'll find. Higher pixelity means the screen is having high quality resolution, something like that. Okay. So uh, you can see about your PC, maybe somewhere. Let me see. Yeah. Can you see? This is my 14-inch MacBook Pro, and it is having 3024 into 1964 pixel. Means on the horizontal, from here to here, from left to right, I have 3024 pixels, 3024 pixels. And from top to bottom, I have 1964 pixels. Okay? On your PC, it may be higher or lesser. So it means if I now create a 20 pixel here on the left, they are from here to here. These are 20 pixel. And adding such 20 pixel from here to here on entire screen will add up to this 1964 pixels. So each and every screen will have pixel. The higher pixel means your display is of high quality. Okay, let me create some more pixels here so that you can see. Let me add padding left here. And on the padding left, I want to create 100 pixel left padding. And this is 100 pixel, right? You can see, can you see the space on the left, guys? There is 100 pixel of padding. Now I have 200 pixel, 400 pixel, right? 600 pixel and 900 pixel. So in this way, these pixels are defined for the screen. Okay, this is called padding. Any issue with padding, everyone? Are you
So
here?
when you're editing in there, inspect element over there, does that change your app.css file?
Yeah, that's really nice question. Actually, that doesn't change app.css file. I'm just actually showing you here, but if you refresh it now, everything that I did will go away. So we need to actually do that here on our VS Code in app.css ourselves. So what we need to do here is write a padding. Let's say I'll only write padding around 4 corner and 20 pixel padding. Now it will save permanently. So once you write on VS Code, now this padding will be saved permanently. And once I hit refresh here, it will not go away. Okay, actually you need to do it on VS Code there in your code editor. All right, is that fine? Okay, so that is about padding. So one more thing is we have margin as well. Let me add margin. So I'm adding same margin, 20 pixel margin. Okay, what happens there? Can you see, guys? What happens after I added margin? Let me disable it one more time, okay? This is without margin and this is with margin. So what happens with margin actually?
It's moving the whole highlighted area,
Yeah. So
creating a
actually,
margin.
yeah, it is now once again adding a space, but it is adding that space outside of that box, not inside, right? Previously with padding, it was adding that space inside that box, isn't it? This space is added by that padding. But outside that box now, once again, we have added one more time some space. That is because of that margin. So margin means, like we had pandemic recently, right? The coronavirus. At that time, we told each other that we need to have a margin at least around 1.5 to 2 meters. What does it mean? We need to have a space between one person and another person. Here as well, we have some space between one element and other element, and that is of 20 pixel. That is called margin. Okay. But padding means internally. So if you are wearing some clothes and there may be some space between your cloth and your body, your skin. Okay, your skin and the clothes may have some space, and you may actually make that analogy with that space with this padding here with this element. Okay, padding means internal space, margin means external space. All right, guys, is that fine? And you can see here a box is created right here. And actually, my actual width of this browser is not that 19 something, but actual width is 1416. You can see here, actual width is 1416 pixel here. Okay, my browser width, and I can reduce that, I can increase that. Actually zooming out here, you can see that space is increasing now. 2172, 2928, 4440, 5952. And in this way, this horizontal space is increasing here. Depending upon the viewport zooming, currently zoomed in viewport or my screen. Depending upon that, this space is increasing, this horizontal space. And we have this vertical space as well. This is around 18.5 pixel currently, this whole D. And we have some padding. You can see the padding is internal, right? That's why we can see 20 here. And we have some margin, right? Margin is external, isn't it? That's why we have this 20. But it says we can write something called border as well. Let's try to do that. Border. And let me write 10 pixel. And let me write green and hit enter. The syntax is slightly not correct. Let me see for border CSS. And let's see here. This is, let's see this one. Okay, 2 pixel dotted. We need to actually specify what is this behavior. I think we need to write solid there. Let me try to do that real quick here. Where is my preview? Yeah, I lost it somewhere. Yeah, it is here. Let me remove the screen and write solid here. Previously it was adding 10 pixel solid green. Now we have this border here. Can you see? We have 10 pixel of border around it. So it means we have content first, and we have some padding after it, and after that padding we have some border, and after that border we can have some margin as well. And this is called a box. It created a box in this way. This is actual content. Okay, this is a content, whatever I am highlighting, and the width of that content is 1396 pixel, and the height of that content is 18.5 pixel. Okay, and we have some padding around it that is of 20 pixel on the left, on the top, on the right, on the bottom, and we have some border after that padding that is also 10 pixel on the top, right, bottom, and left. And after that we have some margin that is outside of that element, and that is also 20 pixel on the top, right, bottom, left. And in this way, each and every element on our screen will create a box and that is called CSS box model. All right, guys, is it fine? Did you understand properly, or did I miss to actually explain it properly, guys? Let me know.
Hi, Gaurav.
Yeah. Hi.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but what you just showed us implies that the box model element would have like unlimited width if we are to zoom in or zoom out, like the width would adjust itself. If if it's a if it's like a block element and not an inline element, it would have like unlimited width, but the height would be a fixed rate.
That's right. The width will be depending upon the screen resolution. Okay, whatever the resolution you have. If your browser is having the width of 1300 pixel, then it will actually get the width of 1300 pixel for this div element, which is a block level element. It means block level element will get a width of the viewport, whatever the viewport is currently. Currently, my viewport is having around 1400 pixel here. If I decrease it, my viewport is increasing here. Oh, not this one, the browser one. Now my viewport is again, whatever the viewport, whatever I am seeing on the screen, it will take the entire width. Block level element will take the entire width, but it will have the fixed height, not the entire height. Okay, it will have the fixed height each and every time. So we'll talk about height as well. What is the height of the text, and why some margin is added? How can we remove that margin? Text will also have some height, isn't it? This text is containing some height. From, let me zoom it, from top to bottom, it will have some height. And that is also the default behavior. So the height will not change. It will have some fixed height, but it will take that width, and width will increase dynamically. Okay. All right, so you can see something here as well. And this is where our div becomes a block level element, actually. There is something which is called user agent style sheet, which is already present in each and every browser. Chrome will have their own user agent style sheet. Safari will have their own user agent style sheet. Each and every browser will have their own user agent style sheet. It means if the browser can have their own user agent style sheet, some browser can say that, hey, I am saying a div block level element. Some browser will say that, no, I will say div inline element. Actually, they can do that. They can do that in their own, but they will also follow some standard convention and standard practice and the standard set of rule to be implemented while actually creating such kind of user agent style sheet. So you may have realized that in some browser we have something which is slightly different, like a drop down is slightly different in Google Chrome, which is slightly different in Safari. So slight different in CSS is because of this user agent style sheet implementation. But the overall behavior will not change. For example, div will be a block level element in all of the browser, like in Safari, in Google Chrome, in Mozilla Firefox, everywhere div will be a block level element. And such kind of rule are already actually written in a CSS, which is already present in our browser. And that is a CSS, which is called user agent style sheet. Okay, you can search about user agent STYLE style sheet for Chrome. Maybe we want to actually see the actual user agent style sheet. Maybe. Let's see. I think this one. I'm not sure this is a valid one or not, official one or not, but this is something like this. So user agent style sheet means this is a CSS, which is already there. You can see HTML, it says a block level element here. Head is a block level element. Display actually, oh, it is a block and it says head display none, because that's why we cannot see head in our screen. Meta display none, that's why we cannot see it. Title is also display none, that's why we will not see those things which are written inside head in our screen, right? And this kind of rules are already written. You can see here, a div is a block level element that is defined already in the browser. That's why it is a block level element. Each and every browser has such kind of rule set already written, already present. That's why we are seeing those as a block level element. But we ourselves can also change. For example, I can say here, no, div is not a block level element. I want to make an inline element, and we can say display inline here. Now div is an inline element. You can see here on the output. Oh, it is that one. I have a lot of screens opening right now and not able to track it. Let me see. I think this is here. Yeah. Now you can see div is a block inline element and span is also inline element. That's why div is by default a block level element, but we can change it to inline element as well. All right, guys, any more questions? Okay, then I think that's all for CSS. CSS is also a complex topic, but it is really easy to practice, easy to understand. It is really easy. So, but that is somehow different with React. React is a simpler topic, but it is somehow hard to understand. That's why let's focus on JavaScript and React as well together today. So you can practice some CSS with your own as well. Keep on practicing. You know how to write CSS rules here, right? For each and every element here. So let's create some few more elements here, and we'll in CSS and start something with JavaScript as well. Right, div here, and in there we have these elements here, a div and a span. And I don't want to create this, make this inline element and div and span, and let me save it. And the outer div is not visible. So if you only have a div, let me remove this one. Okay, for now, later I'll add it. Okay, let me paste it here, paste it, and I'm comment it. Later I'll copy it and put it above. And I want to actually comment every CSS for now as well, and write a CSS for that particular div here, particular div, this one only. Okay, currently I only have this div. I'm writing the CSS for div, this div, and I'm going to write background color red here for this div. Okay, which one? For this div, I'm going to write background color red here in the inside this div. And what will happen here if I write background color red for this div here? What will happen, guys? Will I see background color red there? And what will be the width and what will be the height? Yeah, before writing, yeah, yes, please.
I think we won't see anything since there is no defined element inside that div, or it doesn't have any specific height. That's why.
It doesn't have any specific height. So it means an element will not have any height, right? Initially?
Yeah.
Previously, we have some height, right? We had that height.
Yes. Yes.
And why is that previously?
Because we got like other elements inside that div.
Okay, let me go here. For this div, previously, for this div, we had some height. We don't have any element, or do we have some element?
Inside that div, we do have some content.
We do have some content, that's correct. And content will also consume some height, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is really important point, actually. Previously, we have some content. Now we don't have some content. And that's why if I write that background color red here, background color red will not see anything here. We have background color red property present here, but we are not seeing anything. Because by default, a content, an element will not have their own height. This div element will not have their own height. This is not having their own height. But it is having the width. It is having the entire width. It already have the entire width here. but without height we cannot see anything, right? A 0 height and 100% width, it is actually not visible, isn't it? Something with 0 height, with unlimited width, actually it means such kind of element doesn't exist, or we cannot see that. So what we can do is we can give it a height at least 1 pixel, and if I save it now we can see that element, it already got its width. We don't have to define it, but height is now also present. That's why we can see that element here on the screen. That is a very sharp line of 1 pixel height and 100% width. You can say that 100% means 1496 pixel width. Okay, you can increase the width here, sorry, height here, make it 100 pixel. Now we have 100 pixel height and entire width. You can also reduce the height, sorry, width as well. You can write width also 100 pixel. Now we have this width 100 pixel and height 100 pixel, a square of 100 pixel dimension, right? But if I go and see here, it is on the left, and this div is also there. This is the outer div coming from index.html. This is our div, and inside this div we have our div, and there is some empty space on the right. So I told you that we can have some margin as well, right? How can I move it to the center? By adding some margin on the left. Can I do that? Let me try to do it, okay? By adding some margin. So what is the amount of margin? I don't know. Let me add 200 pixel margin randomly. And okay, what happens here? I have two divs, because the first div is coming from index.html. That's why it is better to have some class here. So class is a square actually. And I need to write class name here. And that is a square here as well. And this is a single div. Now what happens? Margin is added on the top as well. Let me only add margin on the left. If I save it now I pushed it from left to somewhere, but not exactly on the middle. Let me add around 700 because it was 1400 around. Now, do you think is it exactly on the center of this viewport?
No.
No, it is not actually exactly. May not be, okay, but we cannot tell, we cannot see it with our eyes, but it may not be exactly on the center. You can see it is 1496 pixel, and I pushed 700 pixel on the right, and it seems to be on the center, but it is not actually exactly on the center. So what I need to do is have some equal space on the left and have some equal space on the right, isn't it?
Yep.
So for that case, what we can do is, instead of writing margin 700, I can write margin auto here and not left. On the left and right, we want to have equal spacing. That's why we can write margin auto, and it will create equal space on the left and equal space on the right. This is now exactly on the center. We have 1496 here, and okay, and I cannot be really precise here, but if I use this MacBook, this screenshot tool, I can measure somehow this uh, length from left and the length from right. You can measure it. You can have an inspector, okay? You can have some. You can measure the length on the right as well, and the length of this square is also 100 pixels. You need to actually take that in consideration as well, and you can see that this is exactly on the center of the screen. Yeah, we can also change the behavior of this square. Like we can add some more CSS rules. We have a lot of CSS rules actually. Yeah. If somebody wants to ask me, I'll get back to you, guys. Better to mute your mic if it is on. Later, these videos are recorded, so I think Nirisa will help me with that one. So if some of the microphones are unmuted, please. I think Krishna is unmuting his microphone, please, Krishna. Okay, so what we can do is we can have some more CSS rule. Like we have a lot of CSS property here. We already discovered height, width, background color, margin. We can also write like border radius. To change the radius, let me write 10 pixel here, and you can see, can you see what happens here? What happens to this box? The border is not set now. The radius is now included here, which is 10 pixel. I can change to 50 pixel. Now you can see this is a circle. But if I now change this to like some different size, like 120 pixel and 120 pixel, now this is not exactly a circle. So for that case, what you can do is like 50% instead of 50 pixel. It will take the 50% radius, and now it will create a circle. So it doesn't matter what is the width now. It may be 100 here, 100 here as well. Now this is a circle. Okay, and the behavior here you can already change as per your wish. Okay, the element and change the position. Okay, now the position is exactly located on the center. Please try to move this element on the center, actual center of this screen, right here, somewhere here, actual center. Okay, just try to do it yourself. We'll actually continue it tomorrow, I think. And let's stop here for CSS part for today. Okay, guys, any questions you want to ask me here until now? Okay, now, so let me do one thing here. And previously I commented something here. So I'm going to actually include it as well there, so that we have a concept of CSS box model as well. And
Hi, Gaurav, can we have a break?
Yes, sure. Let me take around 2 to 3 minutes, then we'll take a break, okay? Okay. So we talk about CSS box model here. We have some padding. We have some, I think we don't have that margin here for this box, but we can create some margin as well. If you only want to create margin on the top, then you can write margin top and 20 pixel here. Now we only have a margin on the top. But if you also want to have margin on the bottom, you can create another rule like margin bottom and create some margin here. Now we have bottom margin as well. Same for the inline element, okay? Just try to do it. And let me know if you have something which is not working for inline element. And what we did is we pushed it on the center of the screen by using that margin concept, margin auto. We created equal space on the left and equal spaces on the right just by writing this margin auto. Border radius means we are now clipping those corners, and this is actually a circle. By clipping those corners at one moment, we will actually have a circle if we clip equally on those corners. All right, so let me post this code to GitHub, and then we'll have a break. Maybe after break we'll have session around 30 minutes only. So yeah, let me do it first. Alright, guys. So can we take a break around 5 minutes then? Only 5 minutes because we want to continue session for around 30 minutes, 30 to 35. Yeah, thank you guys. I'll meet you after 5 minutes.
Hello everyone, there is break for 5 minutes. And guys, I had just created the WhatsApp group. So I had just sent you the link. You can just join and to the WhatsApp.
Hello guys, are you there? Can we continue or wait for a minute?
We can continue from me.
Okay, I can see some of the cameras are yeah. Yeah, I think most of us are joining. Thank you guys. Today let's introduce JavaScript as well. JavaScript is actually React is based on JavaScript, means whatever we learn in React is coming from JavaScript, and there are some additional things in React as well, but many things are coming from JavaScript. And one of the main advantage of React is actually we cannot say that React is perfect. Front development, guys, there are a lot of framework for front-end development. We cannot say that React is a perfect tool, but we will see later what are the disadvantages, limitations in React as well. But mostly React has many advantages than disadvantages. That's why it is pretty popular, right? And one of the advantage is it is inheriting the syntax from JavaScript, means we are writing the same syntax in JavaScript and same syntax in React as well. That's why it is really easy to use React with JavaScript. Because with other framework like Vue.js, we have Vue.js for similar to React as well. We have Svelte.js similar to React as well. In those libraries or frameworks, the syntax is slightly different than JavaScript. That's why we need to follow the exact syntax. But with React, whatever we write in JavaScript is valid with React as well. Okay. So actually that is the advantage. So let's see how we can use JavaScript in React application. This is our React app. We are continuing our learning with CSS as well, guys. Each and every day we will learn CSS as well and JavaScript as well, okay? So that we can learn many things together. I don't want to have a sequential progress, means in previous bootcamp, what we used to do is we learn CSS for a month, we learn JavaScript for a month, and later we learn React for a month. And then only actually becoming familiar with React within that month may be slightly complex to beginner as well experienced in some other field as well, because we have only 1 month to become familiar with React concepts or React folder structure, right? For this bootcamp, we are actually going to start React from very first day, and we are becoming familiar with React project. Then it will actually continue doing. We will be doing such project in entire 3 months, and I think you will get more familiar with the structure, how we can structure our application with React. Okay, am I sharing my screen? I think yes, right? So actually,
Yes.
I need to disconnect after at 9:15 a.m. That's why I have around 30 minutes. So let's just start. So we have this section. We always start from app.js because we actually looked previously that the app.js is directly connected with index.js, right? App.js is the first component, you can say. So what is a component? We'll once again revise that one. But index.js is not a component because we don't have a function here. Index.js is directly connected with this index.html, and the first component, which has this component is a function having a name with a capital letter, starting with a capital letter and returning something like HTML, which is called JSX in React world. This is a component. And the first component directly connected with this index.html is this app.js. That's why we are doing many things in app.js. So let's become familiar with these things, this file here, okay, guys? On the top, we'll always import some packages. This is a package, okay? React is a package. On the top, we'll import some CSS files. On the top, we can import some JavaScript file as well. It means we can import any external assets or resources on the top. And then here, we start writing our component here. Whatever I am highlighting from line number 4 to 12 is a component. Component is nothing. It is called a function as well. Later, we'll realize what a function is as well. Okay. So from here to here, it is a component. So component have a name. We need to write a return statement, and we need to enclose it in some this is called a React fragment, either in development as well as React fragment. Better to use React fragment. Okay, we can enclose our component within React fragment, and there we can write some HTML elements. And in React they are called JSX. Okay, why they are called JSX? Because they have some additional attributes as well. But you can, if you know they are called React, in React they are called JSX and they have some additional property, now you can tell that they are HTML because we know it, right? They are also called JSX. And this is the area. Each and every field will have their own area. Okay, this is the area where we can write HTML syntax. I can write HTML tag here, right? IMG. I can write this. This is the HTML tag, right? I can write button. Such kind of HTML tags are valid here. So you can say that this is the area of HTML easily, right? This is the area of HTML. After this empty, what do we call empty fragment? Okay, after this fragment, we write some HTML content, and this is the area of HTML located within this fragment. But after this curly brace, if you want to write something here, and this is the area of JavaScript, especially for this component. Later we'll realize, but now you can say that this is the area of JavaScript. Okay, and this is the area of HTML, and this is the area of JavaScript. Right, guys? Any confusion until now? I am just talking about what are the areas available here and which area for which one. Okay, so this is the HTML land. This is the JavaScript land. Okay, so now here we can start writing our JavaScript code. The first code we want to write here is by creating a variable in JavaScript. So we can create a variable in JavaScript. Variable means, what is variable? Variable means a container, you can say, or empty box, you can say, where you can add some fruits. Similar to similar in JavaScript, we create a variable means we can add some value in there. So we can create such variable using the keyword called const, or using the keyword called let, or using the keyword called var. Var is very old keyword. We will not use this keyword anymore. Later I will tell you what are the disadvantages of using var. That's why we will use const and let only. Okay, but const and let as well, we'll pick one of them. Let's pick const only. Later I will tell you the difference between const and let. Now I'm only using const keyword to create a variable. So we can create a variable. We can write any name here. Okay, you can give any name to a variable. I can say that my country, something like this. And now just watch me carefully. I'm writing in camel case notation. This is a standard convention followed in JavaScript. You can create a variable in this way as well. My country, all small letter, that's fine. But developers used to follow the camel case notation. But you can also write in this way as well. That's fine, but developers do not prefer this way. JavaScript developer prefers the camel case convention. Camel case means first letter is small and intermediate words, the starting letter is a capital. This is a variable. We create a variable using the const keyword, and variable name can be anything given by you. Okay. And now you will write equal sign. This is actually not a equality operator. This is an assignment operator. We call it an assignment operator. Okay. You can note many things that I am actually pronouncing right now. You can actually note how we can take a variable, how we can write a variable name, and what is the operator name. Okay, you can take that note yourself. I do not prefer, I don't want to actually give you many theories or many notes or many slides to you, because they are all available. We'll see the resources as well somehow later. But these are the things that you can write it down yourself right now if you want, if you prefer by writing. Otherwise you can later watch this video as well and do it together with me as well. Okay, we'll write this equal sign. This is assignment operator, and we'll write some value now. Now I'll write the value in double quote or single quote here. Okay, I'm writing in single quote and I'm writing my country name here. And this is how we create a variable. Why am I writing this double or single quote? Because this is a name. So whenever you want to write a name, such kind of, these are called string in JavaScript, okay? String. If you want to write string means some words like your name or country name or some places names, such kind of things are called strings. And you want to write such kind of values in double or single quote. All right, guys? So this is a value stored in which variable? My country variable. This is a variable which is storing this value. Now I want to print this value somewhere. I'm going to remove this everything here because printing somewhere means printing on the screen. Printing on the screen means HTML, not JavaScript, right? I already told you previously. We'll not see CSS directly. We'll not see JavaScript directly. We'll only see HTML initially on the screen. That's why I want to print this variable in this location, on the location of HTML, because this is what we will see on the screen. So I removed everything from here. So I cannot directly write this my country here. It will actually display my country on the screen. Let me see. My country here, not the value, right? This is not how we will actually display the value. So what we will do is we will wrap this my country in curly brace here. And this is called interpolation syntax. Or you can say that we are interpolating the variable value in the HTML location. So let me save it now. Now, can you see? I have Nepal here. I am seeing the value. Now I can change the value here and write different values. And now I can see the different value. So depending upon the variable change here, I am seeing the value change in the screen as well. Okay. So guys, please try to create your one variable and try to print on the screen. And let me know if you have some issue.
So displaying in HTML, you said it's interpolating?
Yes, interpolating. We are interpolating the value. Yeah, interpolating the variable's value on HTML location. You can say that we are actually using the value of this variable. However you understand, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, guys, any issue? Are you properly printing on the screen? Can you see your variable's value on the screen?
Yeah, it does not print on my screen.
All right.
Is it localhost 3000?
Yes, localhost 3000, the live server.
Yeah, that does not work for me. It says the site can't be reached. Localhost refused to connect.
Did you start your live server already from your terminal? You need to do that every day before actually joining this session if you haven't, okay? Just make sure you have started it.
Okay. Maybe that's what I was missing.
Any other issue, guys? Anybody is facing some issues printing this variable on the screen? Okay, I think everybody can do it. So yeah, this is a string, right? You can also actually print it on H1. You can what you can also do is print this content in H1 tag, H1, and paste and print this here. You need to write this curly brace, okay? Whenever you want to print variable. Now you can see this is H1. Okay. You can create another variable like const my name, and you can write your name and now print on the screen. So you can write now S2, writing it in S2 tag, and I need to write this curly brace interpolation syntax and write my name here. And now my name is also printed here with S2.
Is
What you can
double
do?
quote and single quote the same?
Yes, they are same. Okay, currently they are same. Later, when we are talking about JSON things, we'll see we can only use double quote there. But with React, they are same. You can either use double or single quote. Doesn't matter. You can also write something here. So what you can write is my country name, something like this, before curly brace. Okay, this is the content you'll see on the screen. And my name, something like this. And you'll see in this manner on the screen. Okay. Later, we will insert this value from coming from some database or API. And at that case, it will change. It will change depending upon your location. But right now, I'm writing it manually, means it will never change. All the time it will stay same. Okay, so I can have some number as well. What I can do is I can create another variable of favorite number, fab number, and I can write some number here. Now for number, we will not write single or double quote. This is only for string. For number, we'll write directly a number, like in this way. So we can print this. On the screen as well. And you'll see the same thing on the screen. Okay, these are coming from variable. This, and these are coming from variable because we are inserting variable by using this curly brace here, curly brace sign here, curly bracket.
Did you make any changes in app dot
Where?
app dot
App.css or JS?
CSS? You make
No,
any
we are
changes?
not doing anything with CSS right now. We are only talking about JS. We'll not do anything here regarding CSS. I haven't made any changes there.
I don't know why mine is not.
Okay, you can try sharing your screen so that I can help you. Please.
Actually, I'm using two computers.
Oh, can you tell me little about the error that you are facing there?
So it's only printing is my country, my name, not giving the value.
Did you wrap it with this curly bracket? You may have missed that
Wrap
one.
it with a small bracket.
No, not small. You need to use exactly the same bracket, curly bracket. It will not work with a small bracket. Okay, just try it and let me know.
Now it's working. But
Okay.
you know the square I get from earlier, it's still showing in my browser.
You may not have removed that one. Maybe it is already present there. You'll try. You can try fetching my code. I have already sent it on. Let me quickly send this one as well. It's creating variable with JavaScript. Now you can remove your all the changes and try to clone it. You'll get this thing from GitHub. Otherwise, you can try removing that HTML which is creating that square. Otherwise, it doesn't also matter. You can keep that square there as well. All right. Any other questions, guys? So I created a variable. This is regarding creating a variable. Okay, we can have some value, different values here as well. But these are actually called primitive values. You can note it right now, but we'll not talk about it right now. Okay, you can search about it. Primitive values. What are primitive values? Those you can now refer those primitive values as later we'll talk different things about object. We have arrays and object as well. At the time we'll talk about the primitive values or non-primitive values. So we have this Nepal country name and my name here, my favorite number. But I can have my age as well, right? For example, let me choose my age. Let's say that I'm 30 years old, and I can print my age. Age. I can write age here, and it will display 30 here. But next year I'll be 31, right? So next year it will be 31 instead of 30. So I cannot do age equals 31 here. So if I try to do it, let's see, everything is gone away. It created an error here. Now, since we are working on JavaScript, you need to open the inspect all the time. Right click on the browser, open this inspect, and you need to go to console each and every time, okay? When you are working with JavaScript. Now it created issues here, error here. And it says you cannot assign a value to the constant variable. Now that is the difference between let and const keyword. I cannot do is 31 with is 30 because it is created with const variable. Instead, what I can do is, let me comment this one. Instead of using this const keyword, I can use let keyword now. Now it will work. Now you can see the age is 31. Previously it was 30. I changed it on line number 11. That's why it is 31 here. So there is the difference. With const keyword, they are constant. You cannot change the value. With let keyword, you can change the value. All right. And just remember that these are only the two keywords. We also have a var keyword, but they have it has some limitation. That's why we are not using it. You can use var keyword here as well, but and it doesn't matter right now, and it will work similar to let keyword. But instead of var keyword, we are using let keyword. Okay.
Gaurav, can you repeat the purpose of let again, please?
Purpose of late is if you want to change the value later. Here I have my age 30, right? On line number 9, the age equals 30. It means the age contains value 30, right? And the value may change next year. Later, I want to make this age equals 31. So in such kind of case, I want to change the value. I want to change the value. That's why I cannot do it with const keyword. I need to actually create a variable with let keyword if you want to change the value of the variable. It is like a reusable container, you can say. You can buy a box, right? You can sometimes store fruits in it. You can sometimes store different fruits. Sometimes stores apples in it. Sometimes stores mango in it. It is the same box, but you are replacing the value each and every time. Replacing the things each and every time, right? So this is the purpose of let cure. You cannot do it with const cure. Const cure is like a fixed, const cure is like a seal packed box. You can destroy it once and you cannot use it later. Or you can use it once and you cannot use it later after breaking the seal. You can say that. This is just an analogy. You can actually think about it on your own. But const means you cannot change the value. Let means you can change the value.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay, guys. Any other issues until now? All right, so I think this is all for today because you need to practice something here as well. You need to practice this JavaScript location. You need to practice CSS as well. You need to see CSS box model on your one as well. Those who are beginner, you need to see it once again, okay? Otherwise, it will not make sense more. You lost in these basic concepts. Later, we are going to explore advanced concept as well. That's why it is better to finish these things at this time. So let me quickly commit it once again. Let constant let. I told you slight difference between constant let here. Now I want to actually familiarize with you. Now you need to practice on your own, right? So there is a better website called what is that website name? That is actually, I just forgot the name right now. That is actually helping you to practice CSS, HTML, JavaScript, and just do the real world project. Okay, that is actually CSS mentors. No, that is not CSS mentors. Actually, front-end mentors. Front-end mentors. Yeah, this is the front-end mentors. This is the website that you need to actually use to practice. If you think that you are new to CSS, new to HTML, if you think that you need to practice CSS a little bit more, you need to actually use this website a lot. Actually, dedicate your times, your entire 3 to 4 weeks, around 1 month, practicing the challenges from these front-end mentors, and I think you'll actually master somehow your skill in CSS. CSS is slightly complex initially to actually write and to visualize some of the things in a screen. I'll just send it to on the chat section. Open this website, create your account with GitHub. Here you can just try login with GitHub, and after logging with GitHub you can actually download their challenges. Here are the challenges. Now what you can do is sort it by easier first, and filter only HTML and CSS for now. Filter only HTML and CSS. Now these are very beginner level user interface that you can create with HTML and CSS, and later you can start creating such complex pages, something like this, landing pages. Okay, and if you practice these mods only, then I think you'll feel more comfortable with HTML and CSS. Let me quickly open this one. Actually, I was going to add this in the assignment. That's why it may create you some confusion. That's why I thought that let me first make you familiar with this website, make you familiar with the project, and then I will add that assignment. So you have this first challenge here, that is the product preview card component. And what you can see here is a design already created for you. Such kind of design are usually created on design software like Figma or Photoshop. Nowadays, Figma is used. So you will get such kind of design. A designer, front-end designer will give you these designs, and you will need to implement in React by writing. Currently, you don't need to do anything regarding React. You don't need to write any JavaScript there. You need to only write HTML and CSS. So you can say that there are two boxes on the left and right. And in that box, we have one heading, another heading, one paragraph, one uh, showing prices, and one is the button. On the left, we have a box. In that box, we have image, you can say. And that box is exactly perfectly aligned on the center, I think, right? On the center, this box is located on the center. And yeah, in that way, you need to actually create this UI. And we have some border radius here as well. So you need to see this output first and start actually implementing or building it on your VS Code. Okay, slowly we will actually learn some of the concept of React, and you can start doing such kind of project. Right now, it will make you slightly difficult to understand, but at least I think you can start doing it. You can start doing it. So what you need to do is you can click here and start challenge free. I think it will take me to logging with GitHub. I have another browser which is already logged in here. Okay, it looks like you have already started this challenge. I think this is already started by me previously. Let me go to one more time the Frontend Mentors website. I need to go to, yeah, I need to go to here. These are my challenges. I think they are already. Let me go here. Let me pick some random one. Okay, you can filter it and go to newbies and yeah, HTML and CSS only. HTML and CSS only. Let me pick this one. Okay, this is already done. Let me pick some random one. Okay, you can pick the first one. Yeah, this is not done. So what you can do is you can click here, start challenge free, and it will be downloaded. Here you can download it from here. Now I'm gonna download it on my desktop, and I have extracted it on the desktop as well. So this is the code that I downloaded. It has already provided me some design. So this is the design I need to implement. This is for mobile view. This is for desktop view. This is for another desktop view, large screen desktop view. And I have some images that are required to design this project. I have all the assets. This is how you will actually create your real world project as well. You will get the design, you will get the assets, images. Now you need to implement it. You have some styles guide as well. Let me open this one with VS Code first. Guys, this is really, really important for those who wants to practice a lot with CSS as well, okay? So you can watch this video one more time and start building your project. So we have design and images here, but we have index.html already created for us. And the main important thing is we have style guides. So here we have some breakpoints. We haven't learned these things, but I recommend you to start doing it yourself right now. So how can I design, how can I create a design in mobile with CSS? You can just search this term in Google, and there is something called, and that is called media query. You will see you have these colors. You can only use this color. You cannot use the color other than this. You can only use red color, which is exactly this syntax. This is actually hex format. You can use this color, you can use this color, you can use this color, exactly same color for primary color. Okay, these are neutral color. So you can use the typography. I think this is not present here. You can, yeah, this is present here. You need to use this font, and the font weight is also present here. You need to use the size of the font, which is also here. And you will start doing these things with React. So you will create empty folder. You will install create React app. You will start the folder project, and inside you will go inside app.js, right? You will go inside app.js, remove everything from here, create a component, and then you will start actually writing your HTML here, you link your CSS to app.js and you'll write CSS here. And you'll start implementing the design that we saw previously. Okay, just watch this video one more time, remember this step and try to follow those steps. Okay, many things will not work initially, that doesn't matter, but at least you need to attempt it. So sometimes what we may think that, hey, I need to learn something which are not already not covered in the bootcamp. That's why when they are covered in the bootcamp, I'll start the project. I think you can start doing it in at this moment immediately. At least you will try, right? You will actually face the situation and you'll see what's the thing that you need to focus. And I think that will help you to understand those things that I'll explain here. I think you can ask me some questions as well at that time. Hey, while doing something, I faced some problems. So at that time, I may be able to answer your queries. I think that will help you a lot as well. Yeah, guys, that's all from my side. So do you want to ask me something?
Yes,
All right,
Gaurav,
so yeah, yes, please.
so you
Yes.
remember how my thing didn't work earlier? So do you want me to start up from the beginning or like?
So what actually happened previously? I just forgot what happened.
Yeah, so I was trying to like not like upload anything on the source.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was not letting me. You told me to do the stack, the git stack, but I did that. It didn't work at all either. And you told me to do it through like right clicking on it. It didn't work either. Yeah, so should I
Just try
start from
to
the beginning?
try to start from very beginning. Try to create empty folder and start from beginning.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Any other questions? Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining me and staying with me for such a long period of time. I'll see you tomorrow. Just try to get familiar with front-end vendors. We'll start doing CSS and JavaScript tomorrow together. So have a good day. Good night, guys.
So this is
See you tomorrow.
sorry.
You.
This is are you there?
Yes. Yeah, please.
So this is a side project, right? You're saying?
Yeah, this is just to make you familiar right now. You don't
Okay,
have to
okay.
actually, this is not an assignment right now. Okay.
Are you also gonna help us at some point, like check what's going on,
Sure.
and can we ask
Sure,
for
sure.
help?
Yeah, anytime. You can ask me and I'll tell you to share your screen and we can work on together.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay, guys, sorry. Good night. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gorak. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.